Yo! Coming at you with another video!
Welcome back, everybody, to another Couch Crows, this time with Dean, our channel co-owner, Origami, BPM Broly, and our special guest, YellowFlash. Please introduce yourselves, everyone.
But you just introduced... Whatever. Hey, guys, it's me, Origami. It's here again. You can find me on Twitter, Aura_Gami. Links to the channel through there. Take it away, BP.
Sup, everyone? This is BPM Broly. You can find me at BPM_Broly on Twitter. Take it away, Dean.
Alrighty, this is Dean. You can find me on Twitter at DA_Talks. I'm the co-host of this YouTube channel, so yeah. And why don't you take it away, our special guest, YellowFlash.
This is YellowFlash. You can find me on Twitch, YellowFlash Comics, and I got two channels, YellowFlash and YellowFlash 2 on YouTube.
That's right, everybody. It's the real one. We didn't make this up. This is not clickbait. Not clickbait. Don't complain.
Now, you're not exposing me this time?
No. Maybe later. Anyway, Crow, sorry.
We'll keep everything secret, Wally. Don't worry.
Speaking of exposed, I gotta know, what did you think of that Sammy Exposed video that Crow just did?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you gotta.
I did like it, though, and retweeted, I think.
Thank you for
take that.
Thank you for support. Yeah, thanks for the support. Crow, don't let me steal it anymore. Go ahead. Start those.
Well, hey, actually, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. Obviously, you know, I guess I'll put it like this, because everyone's got their own category that they do want to cover. Specifically, I'll be asking you later about like comics and everything. But for right now, I believe the first person wanted to go over things was Dean, correct?
'Tis me, but you're close enough.
That's good. I always consider you my unofficial brother, so.
No, that's not true. Dean, if I'm wrong, correct me right now.
No, you are correct.
See, I pay attention. All right. So, all right, Flash, you ready to go?
Let's go.
All right, first question. What got you into making YouTube videos in the first place?
It's always an easy question, and it's just because I was bored.
You were bored? That was it? Like, it wasn't a dare or anything, or just like, this looked interesting?
No. Well, I saw... that was when I was watching a lot of comics YouTube, and then I saw... everyone knows Diversity in Comics.
Yeah.
Richard Meyer. And like, you know, you watch all these YouTube videos, and they're like, you know, special effects, boom, pow! And then you see this guy sitting in his car with fast food bags all over the place. It's like, well, shit. You know, I can use a camera. So that's how I got on, man.
All right.
That's what got me the courage.
So you were like heavily inspired. I mean, it segues into the next question anyway, but did you imagine that it would be successful?
Well, I still, I mean, I don't think that I'm that successful or anything. I don't have a super massive channel.
I mean, but it's working for you, you know?
It's doing okay. I never thought I would have as many as I have. No, I thought maybe I would have a lifetime of 10,000 doing that jumping jacks dance like Mars Girl.
Oh, Jesus.
So, you know, it like started off as a hobby, but like now it's just a thing you do, you know? So it's not, or is it still just a hobby to you?
I still think it's just a hobby. I mean, it's not my job.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I get a little bit of supplemental income, but it's like, there's people talking about making all this money on the Vic videos. It's like, you really think that we make much money talking about sexual assault?
Yeah, everything's
demonetized.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like they don't. A lot of people with those claims don't really know how you algorithms more to it than just popping a video in. You know.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's. You know, I just gotta ask the question here only because it is a little bit relevant. And I did watch the video that you did on Mars Girl asking for YouTubers to jump in.
Yeah, she's begging, please help us.
I'm like, you guys doing it because, you know, they're bored, they're having fun, they want to do a hobby, and she's trying to start a fucking movement on YouTube.
No, she's trying to start a movement. Like, it's insane.
I mean, it's just kind of ironic, right? Because wasn't she originally a YouTuber?
Yep.
A very unsuccessful one.
I wouldn't say she really is. I don't know. It's kind of a sad YouTube going on over there.
Well, she's tried many things. She's tried diet videos and videos, and she's still trying. Bless her little heart.
Bless her little heart. I mean,
what other kinds of content could you see yourself doing, Flash, or have you attempted?
I don't know. Whatever I feel like doing. This is never going to be. This is just for fun to me, man. I talk about whatever I want to talk about, really. I would like to do. I've been watching a lot of people do like motorcycle videos. Maybe do like some GoPro videos, doing stuff like that eventually. But that's probably about as advanced as it'll ever get.
Are you gonna do like what is it? What's his name? More Bad Ideas and just drive around and do little stunts?
No, I'd probably just talk shit. Just ride around. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Cruising, popping a wheelie. He's like, "Fuck Mars Girl,"
God, who does that? Geeks and Gamers. They do those. He does the videos from the car. Jeremy, right? Or what's his name?
I don't.
Yeah, he does car videos.
Right? You do those. You just gotta like read comics and drive at the same time.
Bringing you another video. I like Jeremy though. Jeremy's been all right. He's been all right the few times I've talked to him.
I like his content. This guy's pretty funny. I remember I was watching one video where he just says, "I'm doing the car video just to piss off the people at Lucasfilms."
Well, let's pretend you did care about your YouTube channel.
I mean, I do care, but I don't want it to get deleted. But
Well, knowing what you know now, what kind of advice would you give yourself if you could go back in the past concerning your YouTube channel?
Calm down a little bit so you don't have to wait a whole year to get monetized.
That's good advice.
That's really good advice.
Because every video that I made when I first started was like, "Can I swear on your guys' channel?" And
yeah, you're good.
Every video was like, "Fuck shit, fuck this fat Gail Simone cow pig," and like I swore all the time, and I swear that's what kept me from getting monetized.
Yeah, me and Dean have been trying to control the swearing.
They'll come after you because I had to wait all the way till because when I first started the channel, like I missed the mark by like 2 weeks. Because what's that Kevin Logan guy went and like made fun of a dead guy in Japan.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
God.
Yeah.
So they changed everything, and I had to wait all the way to July to get some kind of notification saying, "Oh yeah, you gotta give you a couple more reviews. It's gonna have to have you wait." So I started a second channel, and that one got monetized before the first one did. That's why it's YellowFlash 2. And then all of a sudden, it started to get a bunch of views, and now I feel like I'm stuck with that name. Can't change the branding.
In fairness, there are multiple Yellow Flashes. Being the second one's not bad.
This is true.
Yeah. I was gonna say, did you guys discover Flash from IStandWithVic, or did you know him? Did you watch any of his comic stuff?
I discovered him through IStandWithVic. I believe it was I watched a video from the Quartering, and then it put me suggested to YellowFlash, and ever since then I've been subscribed.
What about you, Crow? BP?
I've actually way back, and I have stopped watching just because I haven't been reading comics at all lately.
Yeah, most of them are trash.
We'll talk about that later. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, actually, I used to watch your channel for like the comics reviews, and I was just like, man, none of this stuff looks good anymore.
No, and BP, what about you?
It's a little bit fuzzy for me because I started following Flash right around that time of his first video. I definitely got recommended by stuff like Hambly. I was a subscriber of his and other video game stuff. So late January.
One of Flash's videos started trending, and it was he was reviewing the Champions, and it was specifically the one where Riri Williams gets she gets fucked up by Thanos.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a great comic.
Oh yeah, that's how I found Flash, and that shit was hilarious.
That was a fun video too because it was all hyperbole.
Exactly.
Look at this hero Thanos.
He's explaining them like the champion show. He's like, look at these fucking fascists. They show up. This war has nothing to do with them.
It's true though. They're just there on his world. Like, yeah, you're the bad. I mean, he was doing nothing wrong. Yeah. So rightfully so, he just beats the shit out of all of them.
No, yeah, he does. That was my favorite. One of my favorite quotes from that video is like, what is it? They stopped the Civil War. They beat them down, and they're like, you're gonna make our costumes for 75 cents an hour. You know, like that. And where Thanos just fucks up Riri Williams in one shot. He's like, that's the greatest panel in all of Marvel Comics. Like, that's my favorite.
Yeah, he smoked her in like one hit.
He did.
It was like up until then, she was. I remember when, because I was reading Iron Man when they launched her after Civil War 2, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't make any sense. Her character just comes out of nowhere. They kill off fucking Rhodey. I'm like, I get Tony's like not he's not even dead. He's like in a coma or something. The kill off Rhodey. I mean, I think everyone's back now, including Thor.
Cucked even harder than before. Like, he's just. I don't know what they're doing with Tony Stark, man. It's supposed to be a billionaire playboy and turn around trying to bang robots the last time I read an issue. I don't know what's wrong with him.
You think Marvel Comics is going to allow a really super rich white dude to go around banging whoever he wants in 2019?
Yeah. Them days is over.
Exactly.
They don't even let anybody else do it. Like, even Sam Wilson, he's not getting none. What did he bang Thor, female Thor? She would bench press him, like. And then they had Thor trying to have sex with the new and improved She-Hulk, who looks like she's pretty much just gender swapped Hulk.
Oh, I saw that picture where she was like all gray and fucked up.
Yeah, she's ugly. They had a new they had an issue come out, I guess I didn't read it, where she was like coming to terms with being nasty. I didn't want to read it.
Yeah, I was like, I missed that one.
That sounds terrible.
Sounds representative of actual culture right now.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it in a minute. Like, last thing I heard was War of the Realms. That's about it.
Yeah, I didn't read any of that. Wasn't interested.
The thing is, like, I didn't really like the female Thor at all, but I love the run of Thor right before it. With the with Emperor Thor and the young Thor using Javanyor. And the current Thor, like, I love that story. That whole thing with the God Butcher.
Yeah, Gore the God Butcher. I had a good time with that one.
And then it turned into female Thor, and I was like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You went from the greatest fucking Thor story for me to female Thor.
Yeah, but just I'm gonna shift it up a bit. Crow, is that cool with you?
Oh yeah. I keep going into the comic stuff.
No, you're good because we're almost there. But, going back to discovering Flash through Stan with Vic, Dean, you want to take it from here?
Yeah. So, let's go into the I Stand with Vic stuff. What made you want to cover the Vic Mignogna situation, YellowFlash?
Well, I covered it. I was looking. Most nights I'm going around looking for something to talk about, and I came across that article where they were talking about. I don't remember the article where it got published. I think it was CBR or something. And, talking about this dude, I'm looking at it and, cause I didn't really know who he was until all this hit. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist, and I actually prefer that series dubbed.
No, same. It is really good dubbed. Likewise, that's one of the few that I do enjoy dubbed. That and
it's an amazing freaking dub. Oh yeah.
It's way better dubbed than sub. That's like one of the few times, because some people in my comments like get all mad sometimes because I think Dragon Ball subbed is vastly superior than the dub.
Well, how could people get mad at that comment though? Because it's just bad.
It is.
Well, I mean, because people can't get over it because Goku's an 82-year-old woman. So, she wasn't old. She was 82 20 years ago. But
Matsuko Nozawa.
30 years ago, or however old that show is.
Dude, I love all the memes of how Nozawa is more of a man than Sean Shell.
82-year-old woman is better than you. But then I start looking into him from that, and it's like, man, I didn't know that this guy was like the voices of all these characters. And I'm sick of the Me Too movement. I don't like SJWs. And, you know, I think it's good that people are taking a stand against this shit.
Yeah.
And that's what really got me into it. Is like, I mean, this dude wasn't even accused of rape. It was hugs and kisses. And then I just followed it more. And
yeah, then it's rape, then it's being a pedophile. Like, where does it end?
Oh, no. At first, like, the whole train with Vic was just insane. They started off with rumors of him being a homophobe and being anti-Semitic. Then pushed it to him being
traction.
creepy. Yeah, then they pushed it to him being creepy with kids. Then they pushed it to him assaulting grown women. So at this point, this guy's like hit the perfect fucking trifecta of being every terrible thing you could be.
According to Kick Vic, he just doesn't discriminate, I think is the lesson.
But yeah, like Full Metal Alchemist was one of my favorite animes ever. So it's like finding out, you know, this is the guy. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
like, I mean, cool, like that I'm there for, but like I'm getting mixed up here in my words. But
no, you're good. I get you.
Yeah, no, I totally understand you. I think a lot of YouTubers, myself included, we didn't know who he was. You know, you think about voice actors and these people, they're not on screen, they're behind screen. So good luck with the public figure argument.
they want to be. It seems like realisms wants to be.
I loved her cute little answer during the deposition. That whole thing. Oh yes, I know it affected him because we're both public figures. I'm like, bitch, nobody knows you outside of this shit.
Yeah, nobody really knew Vic. If you're a normie watching this stuff, kind of like me, you're not a total weeb. You're not going to all the conventions and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't go to any conventions. This Bubba Fest convention will be like the first one I've gone to in like a long time. I'm not into conventions. And like, you know, it wasn't even that long ago. No one was even talking about voice actors. It seems like it's recent since anime culture's kind of gotten a little bit more mainstream that they've kind of become bigger celebrities now.
No, I agree. You know, for sure. I think that sparked more attention to them now because I think especially when they made what was it, the Dallas article?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were it just like frontlined them onto the center of the attention.
I mean, I think anime's become way bigger. Like, you remember watching anime growing up? You're freaking nerds. Nobody talked to you.
Dude, it was hard to find.
Dude,
yeah,
the only anime people knew was like freaking Dragon Ball and Pokemon, and
nobody's like proudly wearing Dragon Ball shirts.
Yeah, you know, like that, and it was hard to find. You had to get Toy Bounty Hunters was talking about it. Like he used to think trade VHS tapes with fucking anime on it or something.
I used to do that. I used to buy fan subs.
Yeah. Oh god.
Anime Labs, I think, was the big one.
Dude,
that's how I watched. That's how I watched Dragon Ball.
Anime Tsuki and fucking Crunchyroll back when they were like a fucking pirate group.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Crunchyroll is a pirate group.
It was, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they were. They used to be.
Oh wow, yeah.
I just remember from watching because like Dragon Ball was like a long time before it got really even like finished here. It was finished forever in Japan.
Yeah.
So I was watching all these fan subtapes. I remember it had like Anime Labs at the bottom of the thing, subtitled by Anime Labs. Don't resale, but of course everyone was reselling it. You go to these flea markets and people are selling like half the series for like $50 on pre-recorded VHS tapes.
Man, see, I wish I had that. I had to watch the fucking Telemundo Spanish sub so I could get.
I was gonna say that's how I watched it. It was in Spanish. Like,
it's Dragon Ball is huge over in Mexico.
In all of Southern America, it is.
Well, their dub is something else.
Well, their dub actually seems more faithful. They have the original music.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they take it seriously.
It seems like it's more serious. Like they treated it like a joke here. They like Goku, Superman, and you know, it's almost like I remember reading something that they modeled it after like wrestling, like how they have the music. If you ever go back and watch the old Dragon Ball Z show, like the old broadcast American version, and the music never stops, the dialogue never stops. You'll have like a lot of the times there's like half the episode is like the characters staring at each other in like wind. I think you're right. You know, like, in the American version, like, you're not going to get away with this, and we're going to come for you. Like, you know, they nonstop talking. And that's because of attention spans.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the Speed Racer shit, where they would just constantly talk. Like that's what it reminds me of.
Yep.
Oh, that was my favorite. Just the super fast speed talking.
Yeah, but like no, in Mexico, did you guys see that they all gathered up in their square just to watch the
Yeah.
fight?
Yeah,
Italian
I did see that.
That was crazy.
Oh, for the Tournament of Power?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
Everything's changed from like the way it used to be. Freaking Demon Slayer was trending on Twitter.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah, that was beautiful. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, at the point where you have fusion commercials with Dragon Ball Z characters, it's
Oh, yeah,
definitely
Ford's done a bunch.
yeah.
Oh, it had like Trunks and Goten do a fusion dance, and they turn into a car for some reason.
yeah, it's like
I'd buy
back when I was like 11 and I was watching this stuff. You know, people would make fun of you for watching it. Society's just changed for the better and worse.
Yeah,
It's probably because
So-
the stories are better and it's better entertainment compared to what we're getting now. I mean, go watch Arrow or what is it, Batwoman?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
yeah. Didn't even bother. with it.
I you know what? As bad as I know that show is gonna be, I'm probably just gonna watch the first episode to flip on it.
I mean, you can like,
Planning on it.
But yeah, no, I mean, just going back to the original question, like, I don't think I don't think many people really knew who Vic was. Sure, he was known in a niche community, but yeah,
Well, I think a lot of people
Normies
loved
don't
him
know
for
people.
sure. What is he always had lines and stuff. There's a dedicated dub audience. Like I'm more of a occasional dubs. I like My Hero Academia better dubbed. I like Full Metal Alchemist better dubbed. I think that's really it.
did you ever get into Yu Yu Hakusho?
No,
No.
actually,
Okay.
my wife
That's
likes that show.
Oh,
That's a
my
really good dub,
yeah.
honest, in my opinion.
I'd say
but-
that one, the dub is way superior to the sub.
It is. It
Yeah.
is without a doubt.
So going back though, so what makes you stick to covering the Vic Mignogna situation?
Because they never stop.
Yeah, true.
Simple
It
answer.
just keeps them going. Like if they would stop being dumbasses on Twitter, but the court documents would still come out. Like I feel like I'm in this for the long haul because I'm just, I've been absorbed into it since it started.
No, and that actually kind of transitions into my next question with regards to IStandWithVic. Do you feel like we've reached the final stages, or does the battle continue for Vic Mignogna?
I think the court case is going to go on probably for a year.
I think so too.
Unless, we'll see what happens with the TCPA, right? That's going to be the big thing. If those get beaten, then I'd imagine Funimation will probably settle. Monica and Ron are going to keep on going. I'm sure that super team of lawyers is going to advise them to keep going because I'm convinced they're milking them for money.
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And then Marky, I'd imagine she'd probably try to settle, or maybe she'll flip on him. I'd like to see somebody flip on somebody.
Yeah.
I think Monica's gonna flip on Ron like any minute now. Like
He'd forgive her too. It's okay.
Forgive her. He'd thank her.
Thank you, Monica, for making the wise decision for me.
You're such a strong woman. Thank you so much.
Flipped, folded. He likes it all.
Oh damn.
Oh, God.
So I was gonna go into the next category, which is Comicsgate. I was hoping you could give me a quick rundown of Comicsgate. What exactly is it, and how did you get involved in that? Because I know you from the Vic Mignogna situation, but I know that you have covered Comicsgate.
Well, Comicsgate, I got it because what got me inspired, going back to what we were first talking about, is what got me inspired to, because I always wanted to make YouTube videos.
Mhm.
And, like I said, I thought you had to be like Mr. Razzle Dazzle. You're seeing like Richard Meyer. It's like, well, I can do that. So I got into the comics and got really into like, what these people were saying, because comics are shit.
Yeah.
And if we're going to talk about that, we'll go there in a little bit. But like, I've always liked comics and wanted to get in and see if I can, do anything and see if I can, do something there. And turn out to not work at all because they just keep doubling down on what they're doing. But it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be about. It's like professionalism, because it's even actually kind of worse than the voice actors, because the comic pros, they sit there and they'll actually sit there and shit on you, shit on customers all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not as bad. It doesn't seem as bad with a lot of the voice actors. They seem to just not talk about it as much.
Well, some of the voice actors, though,
like Chris Rhaegar.
Yeah, Joshua Martin.
Yeah, Josh Martin. There's a few that do, but it's not industry wide like it is in comics. They just nonstop trash people for what they're thinking, always going on about Trump. And you do see that DC Douglas does that, a few of them, but it's a lot worse with the comic books. And it's not even nowhere. It's not even that big of an industry compared to
they're freaking hemorrhaging
compared
money.
to anime.
No, sales on comic books are shit.
Yeah,
Voice actors can't kill the anime industry because they're always going to be subs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if they do what they want, it's like, well, people can just switch and watch the subtitle version. I mean, you don't have to support the company. You can go and pretty much watch all this stuff for free if you want to.
True.
Yeah.
But comics don't have that kind of power. They can't last without customers.
No, for sure. And then I think the shops are in trouble too, because I don't think the print versions are doing as well as they used to. I think it's now meant to be digital. So I don't know if that's are you more of a digital or print kind of person?
I like print,
So do
though I do like that Shonen Jump app for $2.
No, that's
That keeps me pretty entertained, actually, for $2.
Dude,
Yeah,
I got totally caught up on One Piece off of that. That was great.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going, because everyone keeps roasting me every time I talk about One Piece in my comments. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm 400 episodes. I'm like, oh no, it's like 900 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
I
One
used
Piece
to feel
is a freaking thing.
I used to feel the
That's
same
intimidating.
way.
I want to go get into that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I will
I'll
say
read
this:
the manga.
you probably should read the manga, just because later on in the anime you're gonna get so many episodes that are like 5% story, 95% filler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toei knows how to stretch. But the manga, like, man, you could get through all of One Piece, just like sit down and binge through it.
It's consistent.
Yeah,
it's more consistent. Yeah,
and you'll have so much fun, man. I'm telling you right now.
Well,
How did I stretch that out for 900 episodes?
they did it with Naruto.
They did, but I stopped watching the show and just read the manga.
Yeah,
because it got so bad. Like the first series, I got into it, I think, right as Shippuden started.
Yeah,
and I went and watched all of the first series right in a row, because it literally goes. There's only one filler arc, and that's when they were that stupid race. You remember what I'm talking about? Right before Sasuke and Naruto have a fight.
Yeah,
and they have that dumb race.
The little messenger delivery thing.
It's all from episode 1 to when Sasuke takes off with Orochimaru. It's all like straight from the manga, so it's all good. And then you go into Shippuden, and I think it stayed canon all the way up till I think pretty much when they had that great fight between the Akatsuki and Asuma and Shikamaru.
And Hidan, I remember that. Yeah, that was great.
Shikamaru buries him alive.
Yeah. Hidan's my favorite Akatsuki.
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, Hidan's my favorite one.
Huh.
That's such an underrated fight, because that was such a dark, badass moment. It's like, only my clan comes in this forest.
You know what? But that was back when Naruto still had ninja battles that required some thought.
Yeah. Well, Naruto didn't have to fight him, That was other people taking care of that guy,
Well, no,
he
Naruto
showed up
fought
at the
the other
end
guy.
with the wind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he did. But for
Kakashi.
Kakashi. Kakazu.
Yeah.
Fucked him up.
Yeah.
He really did. But
man, that Rasen Shuriken, when he used it, oh, dude, I love that technique now.
No.
Yeah, as soon as they went to filler with that, right after that, then I just like fuck this, and I started reading the manga, and I never stopped because they would go into God, even the Ninja War. It's like let's go back to the original show now.
Well,
And
the Ninja War got stretched out by the Ninja War stretched out in the manga too, but then you get to the anime, and it's not just stretched out with like filler crap loaded into the normal episodes, but then they just start having fucking filler arcs. There's this filler arc of fucking 1010 in the Infinite Tsukuyomi living this alternate life, and I'm like, who the fuck cares about 1010?
Oh yeah, dude, that was such garbage.
When they were in because I was going back because I really wanted to see that fight, and I really wanted to see that fight animated, and they kept getting like when they were fighting
Obito.
Obito, I forget her name now, the queen of all chakra or whatever her name was.
Rabbit lady.
Otsutsuki.
Kagami?
Kaguya,
yeah. And they were fighting her, and they're like, oh, they're just about to take her on. I think he just did his sexy jutsu, and they're sitting there on their little disc ready to fight him, and then boom, filler time.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Oh, no. So when they had him, they had Sasuke and Naruto tied up, and they were draining the chakra. It's like, I'm going to explain to you her origins now for 30 episodes.
Yeah. No, man, Toei was fucking sinister with milking Naruto like that. Because that Infinite Tsukuyomi.
People were watching every episode. They had to.
Yeah, so to speak. I don't know, man. The fucking manga ended a year, and that shit was still going.
Yeah, but Naruto was like a culture.
I really thought they were going to just finish it out. It's like, nope.
Yeah,
we're going to keep this gravy train rolling.
Now, thankfully, we have Boruto to fucking take the torch, right?
I'm not even watching it. When I saw that at the beginning, they're like, "Oh, Naruto's dead," and I'm like, "Nope, I'm out."
Yeah. God.
It was better as a movie. It should have stood as a movie. Whatever.
I mean, even as a movie. Although I will say this, that scene in the fight in the movie when they redid that for the anime, like they did that for Dragon Ball Super, right? And obviously the movie fights were just way better. But then they actually improved on that fight in the Boruto anime.
That fight is good.
It's amazing. Like it's pretty good in the movie, but in the actual anime it is fucking phenomenal. That is literally the only reason to tune in and watch Boruto. Don't watch any other episode.
Yeah. Don't watch any other episode. BP, did you want to
like that they're alluding that they're going to kill him? It's like, this dude for like 800 episodes. I don't want him to die. Are you kidding me? I don't really care about his son.
Yeah. His son's a bitch anyways.
It's broken.
He got some dumb eye power. He doesn't even look cool. Just looks like a bright flashlight.
I forget who I was watching on YouTube, but they were like, so you're telling me Boruto can already do the Rasengan, he can use the Gentle Fist, he's got a weird eye power?
He's
Boruto
broken.
sounds like a fanfic character.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name now. I've watched that video with you. That shit's funny.
Yeah, but no, just going back to One Piece, part of the reason that makes it so great and why I would suggest reading it, if not watching it, is it's a world builder. Like everything that happens kind of happens for a reason, and none of the fights that have happened for the most part, like they continue to matter.
Yeah. There's stuff that will be referenced from like 400 chapters ago that will all of a sudden become relevant. And it's been planned out the entire time. Like the dude is just crazy.
Yeah, it holds consistency. And what I like about One Piece, sometimes they'll take something like goofy or dorky, and it makes it like threatening or like useful. For example, like what is it? Luffy can do more with stretching than Mr. Fantastic ever has done in his entire existence. So. Just, I'm just throwing that out there. Like, I always thought, I was like, so what? He can stretch. I'm like, oh no, he could do all this shit because he can stretch. So that's the cool thing about One Piece.
Did you ever see the terrible Japanese special where Goku and Luffy fight over a big piece of meat?
Yeah.
And stuff. It's so horrible. And I think this came out before Super. So, like, you're starving for Dragon Ball content. And it's like this, and it was so bad.
Was that when like the animator for the? I'm trying to remember because I watched a few specials with them. But I remember there's one Dragon Ball special where the animator for it had just gotten off of doing One Piece, and all of their faces look fucked up, like they're out of One Piece. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest shit. I don't know if you're talking about the same one.
It could be.
Is
it
that
might have been
frozen
around
Isn't,
that
fuck
it was a
off.
time.
special. It was a crossover special. They literally just are fighting for a giant piece of meat. That's like the plot.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Toriko.
Yeah, Toriko, One Piece, and Dragon Ball?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of characters, but it ended up being Goku and Luffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Toriko, I don't think ever caught on.
Yeah, no,
Not to be confused with the excellent Return of Son Goku,
I think it is.
Oh, Return
where
of Son
Goten
Goku
and Trunks fight the remnants of the Frieza Force.
Yeah, that,
Avocado.
Oh yeah,
avocado.
avocado. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great special.
That was an amazing pun.
Was it really? Are you, is there no sarcasm behind that? Are you? Whatever.
Dude, I really like all the puns in Dragon Ball. They're so fucking simple.
There's so many.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, Crow, if you want to segue this part, this is your time. You know, you are the comic Crow. So
Right. Well, we've
Yeah.
been talking about comics for a while now, haven't we? You know what? I do have some questions I really wanted to ask.
is one of them what his favorite anime is? Because I think we could be Naruto, but you can ask that if you want to, Crow.
You know what? I should ask that before the comics. YellowFlash. You ever watch JoJo's?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yes.
No, I don't like the style.
Ah,
Perfect.
God, it's
Thanks.
so good.
No,
Yeah,
I do
no
like. I've played the fighting games were oddly good. What was that? Because I like the developer because they made the Dragon Ball Fighter
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arc Systems.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the style, I couldn't get into it. Sorry.
No, I believe me. I
Though
asked-
good on
I
them
asked-
for keeping Vic Mignogna.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah.
way.
That's a good point, actually.
He voiced Rohan.
Rohan Kishibe.
No, I see, dude. I just love JoJo's. I think it's greatest anime. Period.
That's
I understand it's not for everybody, and I shouldn't ask everybody to start watching JoJo's from the start. I get it. I understand now. Okay, but for comics questions, actually, I did want to ask you this because, like, for me, I kind of remember I was really reading Marvel at the time, and I slowly drifted away from reading DC saying DC Comics. I got away from reading like DC and everything, but then Marvel just drained the hell out of me. But like for you, kind of at what point did you kind of see like the like Marvel's lineup just start anybody else's for that matter? Like, was there a certain issue you were reading, series you were into at the time, where it's kind of like, the hell is this?
Well, DC's has been bad since Dan Didio took back over. During the whole Rebirth run, DC was actually really good. They were kind of had an odd little fluctuation because the 52 was terrible.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
It
well, we're
was.
gonna just rebirth everything. Rebirth was excellent.
Yes.
And then Brian Michael Bendis came in, and that's when DC Comics went to shit. Because I used to read, man, because I really like Superman, so I got a good Superman book every week because it was a bi-monthly book for Action Comics and Superman, and you got one every week. And then Brian Michael Bendis came and took that over, and then they also gave him like 30 other books, and DC went downhill. Marvel's just been all over the place for a long time. It's hard to gauge that one because there's some books that they kept good and some that they just like didn't care on.
It's weird. So with DC, I guess I think it was the New 52 that really turned me off of most of the stuff I was reading. The only thing I kept up with was Batman, and I think it was Scott Snyder. I think it was Scott Snyder doing it at that time.
Yeah, that's the Court of Owls and stuff, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah, the
loved
Court of
I-
Owls is really good, and then it went into like RoboCop Batman.
Yeah. But everything that he had done up until I think it was Gordon becomes Batman, which is the
Yes.
weirdest shit to me, but
Yes.
it totally is. But I still, that was like the only comic that I was reading, and I think it was right around the time um where Gordon was Batman, and I was just like, I don't really care about Gordon. Like I can't get into him, Batman.
Well, it's so weird because he just died like a year ago.
Right?
When that happened, like he died fighting Darkseid. Like, oh, he's dead again. Surprise.
Wasn't the New 52 Batman where Damian got killed off?
No.
I don't
No.
remember where that happened exactly. It wasn't
It was
in New 52 though.
I
was
think it was
prior?
at the time. It was in the Batman Incorporated.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's Talia. It's the other. Kill him.
Yeah, the Damian clone
Yeah.
monster to kill him. And spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. He comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody comes back in comics. I'm still waiting for Uncle Ben to come back, although I guess he sort of has a couple times.
The original Captain
No,
Marvel
they've
hasn't
never
come
brought
back.
him. They've never really brought him back.
In
maybe
ways,
maybe it's like what was it?
Doctor Strange brought him back, I think, to say like a message to Peter, and then they brought alternate versions of.
Yeah, I
his
was gonna
uncle.
say the not Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon, the first one.
Yeah,
I think it was Spider-Verse,
Spider-Man.
and they had
just called him
the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man from another dimension was Uncle Ben, and then they had one that was like alone on some nuclear wasted planet.
Yeah. No, I the first Spider-Verse, I did buy that just because I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. I liked it. I didn't have any issues with it. I think it could have been a lot better in certain spots. Like there's some characters I just really wish that they had used, but kind of whatever. But I did not like the second Spider-Verse. I just couldn't get into that one.
Yeah, I thought that one was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Because what they had, so they gave Miles Morales cosmic powers, and it's like in the first series, you already had a cosmic Spider-Man, and he got owned in like 2 panels.
Yeah, I mean that was the point, right? He was like in the first Spider-Verse, he's the ultimate. He can't leave where he's at. He's stuck there, but he is so powerful they'll never go there to fuck with him, and then they just show up and take him out. It's like so good.
That was a pretty good run.
Yeah, they're crushed. I mean, he's destroyed, and that's like the big powerhouse, and they need to, be Spider-Man and figure out a way of finishing the fight without, being the strongest dude there. This one, it's just like, oh, he gets the cosmic powers. That's what they needed. Yay. Dude.
The saving grace for the sequel, Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon, or whatever they called it, was that they brought Superior Spider-Man back, which I really liked.
Yeah. I see. What was it? I'm terrible with names. The person who's who's doing the Spider-Man comics up to Superior Spider-Man, and then did Superior Spider-Man.
Dan Slott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, like as I was reading at the time, really hated the fact that they were killing off Peter Parker and putting Dr. Octopus into the role. But I thought that it was a short run, but it was fucking great. Like 30 issues, I think. 32 maybe.
Yeah.
Superior Spider-Man I really liked.
It was just interesting. It was something different.
Run, I didn't like a lot of his stuff. I liked Spider Island.
Yeah.
A couple things here and there. I think that shed thing he did was really cool, where the lizard became like evil. That was interesting. But Superior Spider-Man, that was like his. For me, that was just good shit. I thought that was really interesting. A villain wins, and then tries to become a hero.
No, I like that run too. I think, well, stupid, but Superior Spider-Man was superior.
As a story, it really was. Like, and I think the way that they told it was, you could tell he had a clear goal in mind with the story in the comics, and that's not something you get to see people really get to complete because comics tend to keep on going, right? So I thought the character arc that they went through with Superior Spider-Man was straight up, it's one of the greatest things that I've seen pulled through in the comic, right? Because you just see him lose his shit as Spider-Man. And it is so great watching him get everything he wants, build his entire base, get all of his minions. He's got like the fucking the spider tanks roaming around the city, and you just watch him fail completely and understand like this isn't what Spider-Man is. He needs Peter.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good ending.
it was. I had a good time with it.
And then they wiped his
So-
mind. So
They did, but but it was still pretty cool. But anyway, so Flash, what's like your favorite universe in like all this comic stuff? So would it be DC, Valiant, Marvel, Independence?
Well, I
Image?
mean, I grew up on Marvel. Marvel will always be my favorite, but I mean, it's not. Marvel now is a lot different than Marvel the old.
yeah.
I know, yeah, we were talking about that the other day, actually. That Marvel, to me anyway, when I remember kid, that they were the edgy ones back then. Now they're not, like they've strayed kind of far from what it is. I think Image tried to become that, but
They're
Not
NPC edgy,
yeah. So
appropriately edgy.
appropriately edgy. I haven't kept up with Valiant, so I don't know anything that they're doing right now.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
a
I
lot
don't
of
know anything
talking
they're
on.
doing either.
We did a lot of talking about little on DC, but have there been any other smaller publishers that you like listened or sorry read anything from? Like, I mean, me and AG, we fucking love Static Shock.
Yeah. Oh, Milestone. Flash, did
Yeah.
you get into
I
Milestone?
think the old Static Shock cartoon got us into Milestone.
Yeah.
I like the Static Shock cartoon. As far as comics, I could only afford, growing up. I just bought a bunch of Marvel comics.
I gotcha. No, man. Young
Between
Bloods. It's my favorite.
X-Men and Spider-Man and some Batman here and there. What else can I afford?
It's true.
Ah.
Fair enough. Crow's like, I'm like,
I'm not gonna say anything. I used to have a hookup to get free comics for a little bit.
Well, I was buying all the Clone Wars or Clone Saga books, man.
Oh,
that ate all my allowance.
yeah, I was gonna
You had to
say,
buy like four. You had to buy like 4 comics. You had to buy 4. You had to keep up with all 4 Spider-Man issues.
no, they milked that shit. And my grandma had to buy me books, so I couldn't get them either. So, like, she got me the Milestone ones. I fell in love with that shit. The Milestone ones.
You know, man, you'd probably appreciate it. I gotta find the image, but there's like this photo, right? And it's like guide to reading the Clone Saga in Spider-Man, and the first thing it says is just don't read it.
Oh, it's not so bad. It's not the greatest though. I mean, at the time, it's a lot different now though between what it was like then, because back then people were actually talking about it.
Yeah.
No one's talking about anything going on now in comics.
No, the last thing I remember big that happened, well, to me personally, was Darkest Night. Is that what it was? Green Lantern, Darkest Night,
Yeah.
Blackest Night.
Blackest Night. Blackest Night.
Blackest Night. I
Was
love
that when they
one.
brought people back from the dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Lanterns were running around and zombieing everyone who died.
That was a pretty good run.
That-
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
the
my
third part. Gosh, who? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the guy who wrote it.
Scott Snyder, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Scott Snyder.
Same guy who did Batman.
No, yeah,
I'm horrible with the fucking names. I know their work though.
No, man, they keep calling Scott Snyder to try and save all these characters like Aquaman. He did an Aquaman,
Dude, he could probably
That's-
do it. Like he knows the characters when he writes them. Like it's not about his own thing. He just wants to tell a good fucking story.
No,
You can
No, he
tell
did
the
it. He did
difference.
save
Yeah.
Aquaman, but no, Blackest
I
Night.
think he can be a little overrated sometimes.
He can like, especially lately, I think. But
You know,
Because
maybe
if he
the
sits there and put
problem is
those big
just-
blurbs all over the book like Ben does
Okay,
sometimes.
yeah.
His Justice League run that he's been doing right now, I've not liked at all, because it's all like, the source small, gotta get there, stop it before it leaks all the energies in the universe and all this shit. Like,
Was that him that came up with that storyline? Because I thought that was part of the whole.
oh, I hate that
Rebirth.
source wall shit. Why don't you just go fight Lex Luthor or something? What is this?
stick to fucking simple. Bring Darkseid back. Do something. But whatever. No, and Tom King trolled everybody with his Batman wedding shit. Like, anybody remember?
Dude, that pissed me the fuck off. I was just like, guys, what
That made
the
everybody
fuck? Come
angry.
on.
He triggered Crow.
Dude, like, no, I was sitting there going like, oh, they're getting married. Like, I'm legitimately wondering how they're gonna work that into the fucking stories.
It hit mainstream news, man.
Yeah,
They were
because
talking
it's
about it.
such a dick move.
Yeah. Not today though. Like maybe someday, but not today. I'm like, fuck you, Tom King. Like, you know?
Well, he's still doing it. Everyone's talking about how Batman's. Well, all the guys are bitches in his books.
Yeah. I only read Tom King's Batman. I've never read Mr. Miracle or anything like that, so I don't know his work.
Oh yeah, you're not missing much. Ugh.
Yeah, because I
Started
only
off
know
really good, but then it just drags and
It
it's even
dove?
worse.
Jeez,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
so.
No,
Like,
something with Toms in the industry. Tom Taylor and Tom King are both. Well, Tom Taylor is way worse.
no,
Yeah.
okay. So my praise for Scott Snyder is likely just due to the fact that that I still remember reading his run. Yeah, I've collected the actual print, which I normally don't do. Because at the time I don't know if there was anybody else I could really like read. I mean, I read Spider-Man comics when they come out, but like I wasn't reading X-Men, I don't think. Like I don't think I was reading anything from Hulk. I think this was before the whole God of Thunder run in Thor. I'm trying to remember. This is so many years. But I think it's just for me, like the reason why I like Scott Snyder so much is because when I read anything else from like Marvel DC, it just puts a fucking bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, the Rebirth stuff, you're right, that was amazing, but this was back when the New 52 was going on, and there's all these characters from DC that I was into, and I'm just reading it and they're like fucking emo kids. It's just annoying. No, well, I'm not making that up. Like they fucking were.
I know you are. Because like I said, Scott Snyder, I got into Blackest Night got me back into comics like heavily, and I don't know. I'm not really into it anymore. I'm just tired of the shit. Speaking of, oh my gosh, Dean, what was that last question? Oh, thoughts on MCU Phase 4? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god,
What are your thoughts on
I got
this?
so dragged in on the comics. I'm sorry.
No. What are your thoughts on this wonderful new lineup for the Marvel Phase 4?
Oh,
That sums it up.
We really want your thoughts on Black Widow 2, given the
I was
writer's
excited
comments.
for that movie until I saw the director.
Until I saw it.
I'm not gonna have any guns in this movie. What?
I like her
How do you
comments.
fuck up Black Widow?
I'm not really a fan of superhero movies, but then I started working at Marvel, and I just become a fan of them now.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
What?
like Black Widow. I think the best, in my opinion, the best Marvel movie is The Winter Soldier,
Ooh,
Captain
It
America
is.
#2,
I love
It
that one.
is.
and that's literally because they took the Jason Bourne formula and applied it to that movie.
Well, in terms of
It's
the
like, when you
story,
go-
it's really.
But they had. Have you ever seen the Jason Bourne movies?
Yep.
Yeah.
That movie had a lot of stuff that they took from that franchise, which, I mean, it was fine. It worked. It made it really good. But like Black Widow, you could have done the same thing. How could you just tell a spy movie, but and she's going to fight Taskmaster, but now she's not going to use any guns and she's going to prop up representative groups or whatever the fuck that director was talking about. It's like,
What?
what is this? This isn't. Why can't you just have her do spy shit? Fight Taskmaster. That's like a win. That's enough to go get me excited to go see it.
Oh, for
Now
sure.
it's like, Black Widow doesn't use guns. I don't. What is this?
Watch, and I guarantee you, man, because the way this idiot talks, give it just a little bit of time, and they'll just be saying the only reason why you're talking bad about the Black Widow movie
Because she's a woman.
is
Oh,
because
yeah,
no,
for
it's
sure.
because Black Widow's a woman. So they're going
Yeah.
like, dude, everybody has been positive and wanted the Black Widow movie. Then you hire this
She
idiot.
should have been the first Marvel character to get. If you wanted to go, gotta have a first whamming movie. It should have been her.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Wood stump.
Dude,
Yeah,
it doesn't even
yeah.
make sense for having the movie. Like she's coming back, right? She got wiped out, like for real, for good, for killed in the MCU. But they're gonna have to bring her back because they're giving her own solo movie. It's gonna keep going.
It's a flashback movie.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
No, I know, but I'm like, guys, if it does well, you think they're gonna just say, "Well, thank you so much, Scarlett Johansson."
No,
Maybe. I mean,
but-
look, they killed off Chris Evans.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
hyped for Taskmaster. That should be good.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be like some capitalist conservative or something.
Yeah.
He takes off the hood.
Black Widow.
Yeah, he takes
He's
off
got
the
a
hood. There's a
cigar in
MAGA
his
hat.
mouth.
Oh, dude, please. I'd die if he was in a MAGA hat. That'd be fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it just takes off the hood. That's it. It's right there. It's like, oh my god. I wouldn't even be that shocked. Sorry, but complaining about Endgame totally threw me off.
Well, so how do you feel about female Thor? One of the best MCU Phase 4 movies.
God. Ah, damn.
Oh, Thunder and Love or Love and Thunder or some
Love and
shit?
Thunder.
Love and Thunder. I hate that
Why
name.
are
It
you
sounds like a
bringing
porn.
back Natalie Portman? She was terrible.
Because that's what happened in the books. It was.
I
Jane
know,
Foster.
but she was terrible.
I don't know. Like,
Look, people
Yes,
actually
it was
like
really
her.
bad.
I'm just saying, like, at this point, the MCU Thor is in no way at all, other than the name and some of the lightning, which is even that's not true. Fucking MCU Thor is not at all like the comic book.
no.
Yeah, he's a lot different. He doesn't even really need the hammer.
No, he's got fucking magic lightning powers inside of him. The fucking hammer don't do shit.
No, he's comic relief. They don't know how to write the strong characters. That's
No,
why
they don't.
Thor and Hulk, they're comedy relief. They don't know how to write them. So
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, I was like, did I break everything? Like everyone's like, fuck off.
No. My thing is, like, you have a character that's totally different from the comics. You cannot tell that story that you told in the comics that leads up to the female Thor. So what are you gonna do? You're just gonna shove her in there with fucking comic relief, fucking fat as a fucking... Oh, man, I don't even know. Like, what are you going to do? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You can't tell that same story. You don't have those characters. You're just gonna bring Natalie Portman back, who was fucking terrible in Thor's 1 and 2, to come into Thor 4 and be like the fucking lead character with the guy everybody actually wants to see, because I mean, at this point, like, I know he's not the Thor from the fucking comics,
Okay.
but
Okay,
Ragnarok
Crow,
was
I'm gonna need
decent. Ragnarok was decent. I thought it was good. A lot of people liked it. The fucking next Thor movie's gonna do well, and they fucking shoved Natalie Portman back in to be fucking Thor. I don't get it. It's stupid. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the hammer got destroyed.
Right? It doesn't make any sense. And even then, the hammer doesn't have the magic powers. They say in the MCU, it's Thor who's got the magic powers.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But they'll just retcon it, right? Whatever for wham and power.
Fuck.
Woman powers.
Dad, I did not know how much that annoyed me until I talked about it.
Yeah, the podcast just turned into a giant Crow rant.
Yeah, for real.
I think that means we're at the end, everyone.
I think so. Does anybody else have any more questions?
Close to it. I don't know. Flash, are you sure you'd never consider like a cooking channel, gaming channel? That's
Do
a
it.
no. I just triggered Wokimosabi.
Oh man, that would be great.
I had my thing muted. Sorry.
So about that
I
cooking
was using an
channel?
air can real quick. I didn't.
No, you're good. I was like, yeah, he does not want to do it.
No,
Consider cooking channel or gaming channel.
I made a joke about that. Like the way you're going to have to do that, in the future of YouTube, is if you want to talk about hot issues, what you do is you just do male makeup tutorials, and then you're like, you're doing your eyeliner, and you're like, yeah, those SJWs. I mean, what can they do? They can't ban you.
Fucking Flash body paint. Just doing body paint tutorial with Flash. Oh, damn it. I messed up. Like, oh my God. We're doing Havoc today, guys.
I guarantee you, if Flash went onto Twitch and did body painting, they would ban him immediately.
Oh, for sure.
They allow body painting, but only females.
The only ones that can say the N-word and throw cats are females.
Yeah.
They're allowed to do all of those things.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, they have, what was it? Alinity has said it like twice, and then Amaranth, she's talking about going to the N-word store for some juice or whatever she said in that.
Whoa, she said grocery. I'm not.
Like, they sound totally the same.
I like this guy, he slows down her talking, and he's like, let's do it at half speed. Let's do it at like 0.25 speed.
Olivia's just been getting away with shit for the longest time anyway, so.
Yeah.
But what was that whole thing? I'm way off topic. What was that whole thing Keemstar tweeted out about having the dirt that she had on Twitch staff, and he was going to expose it? It's like,
Yeah, I think she's got to.
Yeah.
He was saying he was going to do it, so I don't know when that's going to happen.
No, he should. Why not? Yeah. Olivia's been getting away with murder for a minute.
But well, we'll look forward to that day.
Yeah. What to Keemstar exposing or fucking YellowFlash body paint channel?
Why not both?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds
both,
good.
Perfect. Well, I think that's.
Are we officially done now?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah. Why don't you?
Yeah. Thank you so much, YellowFlash, for again joining us today. Hopefully you had fun with us here, and we didn't talk your ear off. Mostly me, but
no, it's fun.
Oh man! All right, YellowFlash. Thank you for joining. Find me Twitter or _Gami. BP Broly had to go. He's sick, so he went to bed, getting some rest. But you could check out his channel and Twitter at BPM_Broly. Take it away, Dean.
Perfect. Yeah, and I'm Dean. You can find me on this YouTube channel, or my Twitter is DA_Talks. And lastly, our special guest Flash.
Twitch, YellowFlash Comics, YouTube, YellowSpace_Flash, and YellowFlash 2.
Let him know you want that body paint channel. I'm telling you, it'll work. It'll be great. Havoc is the first painting. It's going to
be a huge hit.
It is.
It will. Guys,
it's going to be a phenomenon.
If you want to see YellowFlash do live body painting on Twitch. All right, I'm ending it there.
Yeah, below in the comment section.
All right,
hit subscribe, thumbs up, hit subscribe, notification bell.
If you want YellowFlash to do live body painting tutorials on Twitch, you have to subscribe to our channel, and we'll get him to do it.
Yeah, not really, but yeah.
Yeah, never gonna happen. Alrighty, guys, have a good one.
See ya.